My name is Abdul Rahman. I'm a lecturer at a public university in Kenya. I deliver lectures in computing and informatics. In our last lesson, basically, we talked about the gets and the scanf function. And we have seen that the gets function actually receives multiple words as opposed to scanf function, which only receive single words. Today, we are going to actually ask ourselves what is the difference now between the puts and the printf functions. And in that particular journey, we are going to define what are puts function and what are the printf function. And then we're going to take up the syntax for both. And then we're going to find out some implementation challenges and what do they take and what do they not take. So let's start basically what actually it is the puts and the print function. However, let's see that. But the definition of it is that both of the function, the puts and the printf function, they actually send texts. They actually send text to the output stream. So both of them, they send text to the output stream. And both of them, they are actually declared using what you call the standard input output.h file. So for us to use either puts or printf, you have to include the standard input output.h file. However, both of them, they are very different on their syntax. Let's start up with the syntax of the puts. So the put syntax, basically, it's a very simple and straightforward. Just write up the word puts, and then here we are putting up a string. And this particular string can be either in quotes or without quotes. So there are two ways to describe them. If it is actually a variable, then it's a string or a variable without quotes. And if it is just text, so it will be a particular string with quotes. So basically, this is the two ways you can actually have the syntax for the puts. However, we can have the syntax for printf. Also, there are two of them. So we can have here a printf, and with a printf, it is just a string. It will be just like a puts. But however, if we are printing up a variable with a printf, then here you'll have to have what you call a format specifier. And after having up a format specifier, you'll have plus your text or a string. So these are the two ways actually whereby you can have a syntax. However, let's come to its implementation. And before we can start to implement, let's see actually what are the difference between the two of them. So if we have here our printf, and here we have our puts. So this is our printf, this is our put. The first thing it is, this printf require format specifier. So such as %d, %s, and so on. However, the puts does not require format specifier. They don't require a format specifier. And the second part of it is that here it requires what you call escape sequences. So escape sequences such as new line, it requires on this particular side, but here actually automatically it prints with a new format specifier, so does not require. This one does not require a format specifier. And the third difference is that actually it can print using up this one requires to have what you call an escape sequence plus a variable in order to do in order to print up a variable. It does not require it doesn't require an escape sequence. Here it's not required, and even a variable, it can be printed without those. So basically that is the difference of implementation. And to take us over this particular difference, we are going to go to the C++ and try actually to implement some of these differences within the puts and the printf. So let's go back here, and basically we're going to take up an array so of type character. So we have got character. An array, basically we'll call it a message. So that particular array is called a message, and basically what you're going to tell it is we are putting up an array of a string, and this particular array of string may be just to demonstrating puts and printf. So that is basically our message we're going to say, and onto that we're putting up our printf. On that particular printf, we are saying very simple message. Here we are starting using up the printf. Here using a printf, and to separate it, we're putting up a new line, because according to our difference, printf does not automatically print up a new line. So we're putting up the format specifier, and then here we are trying now to print up a message. So we say printf, and here you have to have a format specifier. So we'll have a format specifier, and that will be %s, because you're picking up characters, collection of characters, and we have to write up the word message. So basically that is what you're supposed to do, and then we want to print it back again. So basically, to take up a small shortcut, we just copy this and print it again. So, and then after that, we want basically now to copy back again this and print it back again and see what will happen. So basically, here now we are saying we are using up not printf, but we are using up the puts. So you are using up the puts. So before we use up a put, basically you have to bring up a new line, because the previous one does not have a new line. So we're putting up a new line and then another new line. So here we are trying to print up a put, and basically in puts, here we are just putting up our variable message, and then that's it, without having the format specifier. As we say, it's not required, and also without putting up a new line, we're saying it's not required. So we are expecting it to put up a new line automatically for us, as opposed to the printf, which does not put up a new line. So basically that will be a program, and here we expect actually this particular message demonstrate puts on and printf to be actually on one single line, and we expect this particular message using a puts to be on different lines. And we have seen here we have used format specifier, and here we have not used format specifier. So let's run this particular program. Yes, when we run this particular program, actually it has shown us that using a printf, actually the word demonstrating puts and printf, they are printed on a single line, all of the two words, and then using a puts, actually a new line has been created, and then we have another statement onto that. So that actually demonstrates and gives us the difference between the puts and the printf function, and that makes up the end of this particular session. However, don't forget to subscribe to our new videos, and in our next session, actually we are going to do introduction of predefined functions which are concerned with strings. Thank you.